In this video we are going to talk about Anthurium Superbum plant care. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. The Anthurium Superbum, otherwise known as the bird's nest or ironclad bird's nest, is a very unique looking foliage plant. Originating from the jungles of Ecuador, it is accustomed to moist tropical conditions of lowland forests, which is one of the reasons it's fairly specific about its environment. But, once you understand what to give it, it becomes quite easy to care for. The Anthurium Superbum has large leaves and is capable of growing to about 3 to 5 feet tall and up to 3 feet wide. This prehistoric-looking houseplant is sure to catch anyone's attention, and this is why some homeowners love it, despite being very picky about how much light, temperature and humidity it gets, when compared to other indoor plants. Anthurium Superbum plant care. Soil. The bird nest Anthurium plant develops in the moss and leaf litter of tree branches, so when choosing the right type of potting mix for your plant, you need to have these characteristics on your mind. Something that is used for orchids can be an excellent choice for Anthurium Superbum, as these mixtures are loose and breathable. Just what this plant needs. It's usually a combo of multiple ingredients, such as potting mix, then charcoal, gravel, perlite, etc. This combo will not keep the water inside the pot for too long, so you minimize the risk of your plant's roots rot. When you combine the right mix of soil with a good watering schedule, your plant will thrive and will treat you with lush and vibrant foliage. Potting. When selecting a pot, be very keen about the size. Get a medium-sized one. A large container will let your roots grow haphazardly, retarding the growth of your plant. Drainage is another crucial factor inherent in Anthurium Superbum care. I strongly advise having one or more holes to drain off excess water and prevent the plant from drowning. Potting solely depends on preferences, and there are numerous techniques you can use to pot your plant, and others do not even require potting soil, just water in a container. Light. The Anthurium Superbum grows best with bright indirect sunlight. This mimics its natural environment in the subtropical and tropical landscapes or forests of Ecuador, where it is covered by the large branches of tall trees. Thus, you want to give it dappled, filtered or indirect light and avoid direct sunlight at all costs. Leaving your ironclad bird's nest in the direct path of the 4 hours can result in leaf burn. Watering. The ironclad bird's nest enjoys moist soil. As such, it's a good idea to check it regularly. It is also important to understand that this live plant has 2 growth phases, namely the active and the passive stages, and that the regularity of watering varies in these 2 phases. During March to September, it goes through its growing season. As such, during this time you want to give it enough nutrients, fertilizer, and water. Like a growing child, it will also consume these faster than it does when it is in its passive stage. Temperature and humidity. Anthurium Superbum enjoys it best between 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Like most other Anthurium varieties, this makes it perfect for indoor environments like homes and greenhouses. It can also tolerate conditions that are slightly hotter. However, it is more sensitive when the thermostat drops. You'll be able to notice this as its dark green leaves will turn yellow. This often happens once the temp starts below 55 degrees. Fertilizer. This is probably the most beneficial and, at the same time, dangerous option for feeding Anthurium. This is because the line separating fertilizer as a source of nutrients and poison is very thin, and it all depends on the quantity. This means you need to practice self-restraint when fertilizer. Too much fertilizer often results in fertilizer burn, where the plant's roots get burned by the excess amount of nitrogen, which is often the highest ingredient in most products. The simplest product to use is a fertilizer for orchids and feed the bird's nest once every 3 to 6 weeks. Alternatively, you can also use an all-purpose fertilizer and fertilize every 6 to 8 weeks. Flowers. These lovely tropical plants will also produce unusual-looking flowers, also called flamingo flower. Blooming in various colors, they radiate just enough scent and visual interest to attract pollinators. Under the right conditions, Anthurium Superbum has been known to bloom year-round. With each flower, specifically designed to attract the maximum number of pollinators, they can last for up to 3 months. Each bloom consists of a single white or pink spadix, which can grow to 6 in length and look like a tail, that is cupped by a dark, burgundy petal, which is surprisingly just a different type of leaf. Anthurium bird's nest will be slower to produce these blooms when grown in lower light, and inconsistent watering may result in them being deformed in shape as they emerge. Toxicity. The Anthurium Superbum is toxic. This is because of calcium oxalates. So, in addition to wearing gloves when you handle the plant, make sure not to let pets or young children ingest any part of the plant. This will cause throat and mouth irritation as well as other digestive troubles. Touching it likewise can be a problem because it causes skin irritation. And if you touch your eyes, nose or mouth, those areas will be affected as well. Pruning. Pruning isn't much of an issue with the Superbum. It doesn't get too long or messy. However, you will want to trim it back once in a while because for health purposes. Get rid of the diseased, discolored or dead leaves. This not only removes the ugly looking sections but also keeps the plant from expending energy in trying to recover or revive them. It also stops the spread of the problem as well. Encourage new growth. Trimming helps promote new, fresh growth that will make the plant look more vibrant. As always, use sterile tools when cutting. Wipe down your scissors with rubbing alcohol before using them to snip sections of your plant. This prevents risk of infection. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and would want to hear from me again, be sure to hit subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching us.